Hello, 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 and welcome back to Breathe Motivation. It is Wednesday. This is episode 13. So excited to be here with you guys each and every day. Daily motivation, that is actually truly daily motivation. I'm so thankful to be here. So blessed that you guys are helping this show grow, and we're creating something special. I really do feel like we're creating something special here. We're helping, multiple people out. We're creating positivity in the world, and what's wrong with that? Right? There's so much negativity in the world that we got something positive going on. So let's continue to grow the show. Hashtag grow the show. I really appreciate it. I really thank you guys so much. We reached up to number 69 on Society and Culture under iTunes. We've had several hundred plays each and every day. So we keep growing. I'm so thankful for you guys sharing with your friends, your family, your coworkers, whoever's out there that needs daily motivation. This is your stop right here, Breathe Motivation. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate it. So today, I wanted to get into, I found this little treasure as I was going through some of my papers and going through the computer as I'm building this podcast. I'm looking at pictures. Sometimes I get distracted by all these things, but you really go through the archives of what you've written. I've shared this on my blog post, but I felt like turning it into words would be a little bit better. So I'm going to share a poem with you guys that I wrote a couple of years ago. It was actually for a college course, forced me to write, but I was so excited to write this. And as I wrote it, it really didn't hit me until, after I read it again and again, but it really created this life of me and me growing up and me becoming the person I am. So I wanted to share it with you, because a lot of people have said that it's touched them and it really kind of showed the way of their growth and everything. So I wanted to share that with you guys today. So hope you guys don't mind, but here we go. It is entitled, "The Water Flows Within Me." What will I become? Who am I? I'm a little drop from the sky, a tiny piece of moisture that hit the ground, landing in the sand with little sound. The wind blows, the branches sway, a little raindrop that is here to find its way. How will I survive? Will I grow? These are the thoughts I just don't know. Will I succeed or will I fail? Growing in a society that crushed the frail. I was a little raindrop trying to find its way. Now I'm a stream flowing to make a play. Will I amount to others' expectations? Can I fight the good fight? I am shy and I am timid and I'm full of fright. Growing up from a little drop to a stream is not so easy. You lead a life of confusion and may feel cheesy. Once a flowing stream trying to make a play, now a river with many twists that flow away. Will I have support? Will I be alone? As a river, I now find my own tone. I am finding how I flow. I feel little control. I twist and turn. Will I ever feel whole? Once a river trying to find my tone, now I'm an ocean in my own zone. Where's the belief? Is it within me? As the ocean, I control who I will be. I make my own waves and rule the tide. I choose what I want and cast all doubt aside. Now I'm the ocean who found his own zone. I rule my world and do not fear the unknown. So I wrote that a couple years ago. Really didn't make sense to me as I wrote it, and really wasn't going for anything. It was just kind of off the mind and, just, hey, let's get this project done for school. And really, it ended up being a piece that I continued to look at, and it continues to show the progress that I've made and that people make. Because in life, we go through lessons. As a young kid, you're born into this world really not knowing anything. And as you grow up, you start to create yourself and find your character, and you start to question life, which is always a good thing because you don't want to continue to do the same things over and over again. So you question life, you become a person, right? As you evolve into a teenager, you start to find what your beliefs are. You start to create those beliefs and start to follow those. And the great thing is that you continue to evolve as a person each and every day. So you never stay the same. And that's the great part about life, is that if you want to change something, you can change something. And that's pretty exciting because me 10 years ago, I would never be able to do this and get in front of you guys and talk about my life because I was really uncomfortable talking about my life or things that I've gone through and being vulnerable. That's really scary to get in front of people and be vulnerable. You know, I was always so worried about people judging me for who I was, and I'm sure that some of you guys go through that daily. And the nice thing is you find support people that, you know, accountability partners or what I call them, are people who hold you and enjoy you for who you are. You know, you find these people that no matter what, no matter who you become, they accept you for who you are. They accept you for your flaws. And they see the person who you really are and accept you for who you are. And with that, you start to have that confidence within yourself that you can live the life that you want to do and live and be. And that's a great gift, is when you can find people in your life that do not judge you for anything that you do on a day-to-day basis, right? Find people that unconditionally love you for who you are, you know? I like, you know, who I am as a person. You know, I love to have fun. You know, I love to help motivate people. I want to inspire people to be better each and every day. And, you know, some people look at this and say, hey, this podcast, cool, but it's not my thing, which is absolutely cool, right? And then I got people that are telling me, hey, man, thanks for doing this because it's helping me grow as a person, and that's what it's meant to be, right? So before I started this podcast, I really wanted to make something that everybody can really relate to. And I was like, you know what? As I'm going through, this is episode 13, you know, this podcast really isn't for everybody. And, you know, one of my friends said something the other day about the podcast is, I love the podcast. I really enjoy it. And this is the message I heard out of it. And it's funny to see that when you hear it, you know, from your friend, because you thought, or I thought, the message was completely different than what he thought. And then I had somebody else that kind of grasped the message of what I was getting. But that's the great thing about this podcast, is that this message is intended for you to interpret how you want it to interpret it into your life and how to become successful with these things that we're sharing, right? If I can touch each and every person in some kind of manner, and that's not going to happen, right? We used to do the same thing in meetings, in sales meetings, right? Sometimes you would have, you would, you know, be talking to people about their sales numbers and things like that, and you'd have people tune out of, you know, not really pay attention because, oh, well, this message isn't for me. And it probably was for them, but they just tuned it out, right? So the people that want to hear the message will hear the message, and that's the exciting part about this podcast. And as we continue to grow, I'm so excited to get feedback from you guys because that's how we get better. And that's how we get better as a group, right? Because this podcast is not Anthony Hester's podcast. It's our podcast. And I want you guys to continue to remember that this podcast is meant for you guys. And as an overall group and a community of positivity, that's what we're meant to do, is create this positivity and spread the message of love and positivity and passion and purpose. And we got to be intentful in our journey for success. And I know that success is going to look different for each and every one of you guys. So if you guys have any questions or need anything, you guys can always reach out to me, right? I've got breathemotivation.com. You guys can reach out there, and also, you know, you can message me on, you know, Facebook. It's open to message, Twitter, Instagram, whatever form you guys like to use, because sometimes you just need some support. And every once in a while, you know, I know that it's easier to kind of talk to a stranger than it is to talk to people, your loved ones sometimes, you know, because those are the people that you fear are going to judge you the most. And a lot of times, you know, when you think about it, they don't really judge you. They want to help you too. So I want to be able to help you. I want to be able to support you in any form or fashion that I can. You know, I've coached, you know, upwards of hundreds of people within my, you know, the companies, and, you know, that was sales. And I've also coached them in their personal lives and helped them to gain confidence within themselves. And do bigger and better things as they've gotten along. So I'm here for you. And know that no matter what, there's no judgment here because we just want to get better and we're going to get better together. So I wanted to share that personal poem with you guys. I hope that it meant something to you guys or you guys kind of can relate to that. And, each and every time I get on here, I just want to make sure that the content is what it needs to be for you guys. So please reach out. Let us know what your content and what you want to hear, your challenges, your successes. How can I help you? Because ultimately that's where I want to go, is to help you guys as much as I can. So thank you guys so much for being a part of this podcast. I really appreciate it. Continue to share it with your friends, your family, your coworkers. Help us #grow the show. I'm so thankful. Continue to do that. You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Breathe Motivate. Like our Facebook page, Breathe Motivation. And also check out our website, breathemotivation.com. It's got our blog. Haven't done one in a while. Hopefully this podcast is working out for you. I'll get on the blog and start writing some stuff too. So multiple avenues and multiple platforms for you guys. So I also want to ask you if you guys could go on and review, if you're on iTunes, review the show. That'll really help out. Tomorrow we're going to get into patience, persistence, positivity. I'm going to leave you with a quote: nothing is predestined. The obstacles of your past can become the gateways that lead to new beginnings. And as always, remember to breathe motivation and exhale success. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you on Thursday.